up, you guys? Happy Wellness Wednesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You don't realize until St. Patrick's Day how few green shirts you have. Maybe not you, but me. So I was like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. I should wear something green. So slacking in my green clothes. But anyways, we are here for today's Wellness Wednesday. And what I wanted to share with you guys is the one mindset shift that you have got to make if you want permanent, lasting, forever weight loss. And I was talking to, she's a friend, but I've known her for quite some time. And she's been trying to lose weight for years. And what she said to me was, Jessica, I want it now. I always want it right now. And so she does what a lot of you probably do, which is really, really, really extreme things that she can't hold on to. And what I said to her was, I've known you for a couple of years and you've wanted it now for a couple of years. If you had just done what I told you to 2 years ago, you wouldn't even be having this conversation with me right now. Right? And that's basically the conversation that I want you guys to start thinking about, is that for so long, you've wanted this thing for years, for decades, for some of you, and we keep trying these quick fixes versus shifting our mindset to actually making an investment in terms of time for our health. And so it's just really like thinking about the way you are going about this a little bit differently, instead of doing these quick fixes and then falling off, and quick fixes and falling off. And so what I always say to people is that if it took you 1 year and you had to spend $20,000 and you had the body you wanted, the energy you wanted, you could wear whatever thing you had in your closet and you could do that for the rest of your life, wouldn't it be worth it? And every single person I ask that question, it says, absolutely. If I had to spend 1 year and $20,000, which it won't take most people a year or $20,000, but if you had to, and you could keep that body, that energy, that calm feeling, that you've never dieted again, if you could do that for literally the rest of your life, wouldn't it be worth it? And most people say yes. And the problem is that a lot of us don't have this mindset. We want it right now. But the problem is you've been wanting it right now. Sorry, it's really windy out here. I didn't know it was so windy outside. That we've been wanting it right now for so freaking long that we don't realize that we've been wanting it right now for probably years. And every time we do something that's a short term, quick fix for right now, it sets us back farther, and it sets us back farther, and it sets us back farther. And so I want you to think about this in terms of like an example. So if we had, two cars, one of them was a Prius and the other one was a Mustang with a big engine. And they both had to drive from Florida to California. Which one would get there first? You're probably like, well, duh, the Mustang with the big engine. False. Completely not true, not even a little bit. The Mustang with a big engine is things like cutting cardio, or cutting carbs, doing extra cardio, 12-week challenges, 6-week challenges, all these crazy fad diets and things. That's the Mustang with the big engine. The Prius, it's going to cost you a little bit more upfront, but it's electric, right? It's going to last longer. It's going to break down less frequently. It's going to need to stop for gas less. And so it's going to get there faster, right? And so that's the idea of investing in building a solar powered or an electric car, is that you're going to be like, it's going to take a little bit longer up front. It's going to be a little bit more work up front. But if you think about it long term, the results are going to last longer and longer and longer. And so instead of having this Mustang approach where I'm going to come out of the gates and I'm going to come swinging, right? If you think about it, you guys have been coming out of the gates strong, swinging and swinging and swinging. And you've been doing this, some people for years or for decades, counting macros, counting broccoli, like being afraid of food and things like this. That's like the Mustang approach, right? And that Mustang breaks down every like couple hundred miles. The Mustang breaks down. It has to go in the shop for repairs. Then it comes back. Then it has to keep going. Then it goes in the shop for repairs, right? And that Prius, while it's not as flashy and as shiny, and it costs a little bit more up front, right? That Prius is going to drive and drive and drive and drive and drive and drive and drive. It's never going to break down on you. It barely ever needs gas. It's not going to go quite as fast, but it's going to be so much more dependable, and it's going to get you there 1,000 times faster. And once you get there, your car's still going to work and it's still going to run. That Mustang's probably not even going to run anymore. And so I want you to think about, like, the Mustang is like these crazy diet approaches, right? And then they fail, and then we diet jump to the next thing. And then we fail, which is essentially the Mustang going into the shop, and then we come back on it. And so instead of looking at this as a 12-week thing or a 6-week thing or a challenge or a program or something like that, you've got to look at this as like, if I take 1 year slow and steady, or 6 months slow and steady, and I am able to get to what I want, and I get to do it in a reasonable way, I can literally have this for the rest of my life, then that's a mindset shift that is really, really, really helpful. Like I said, I was talking to somebody earlier this week. I've known her I met her at a gym I used to work at, actually, and I had this conversation with her, and she said, Jessica, I want it right now. And I said, you've been wanting it right now since I met you, and you've done every challenge, every like really intense thing. You've invested in all of these programs, and you can never stick to any of them. If you did what I told you to do 2 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And so I want you guys to think about this. Like, how many times have you wanted it right now and not been able to stick to it, right? Because you're the Mustang, when really you might need to just take the Prius approach and ride in comfort, like just do the thing. It takes a little bit longer, it's a little bit slower, it's a lot more comfortable, and it's gonna get you there in a much more dependable manner. And so I wanted to just like talk to you guys about this, because I know summer is coming, and it's basically here in Florida, right? It's really nice outside already, but summer's coming. And so with summer comes lots of crash diets. Oh my gosh, it's bathing suit. Oh my God, I'm going on a cruise. People are maybe not going on a cruise this year, but right, summer vacation's coming. Right now it's spring break for a lot of kids, and so people are out in shorts and tank tops, and so crash diets are coming. And I want you, like guys, if the crash diet didn't work last year, and it didn't work the year before, and it didn't work the year before, what makes you think it's gonna work this time? It's not going to, right? That's the Mustang approach. And so as summer is coming and you're thinking about, hey, doing this crash diet, right? The crash diet is the Mustang, and it's gonna end you up in the shop, right? You're gonna come out of the gates quickly, and then you're gonna fail, and it's gonna be another year of the exact same thing again and again and again and again. And so I want you to think about, maybe thinking about for August, or for the end of summer, or maybe for a Labor Day barbecue, right? Thinking about your goals like that, instead of, oh my gosh, I need to be thin for spring break next week, so I'm just gonna stop eating, I'm gonna cut carbs, I'm gonna cut wine, I'm gonna go running 6 days a week, right? Because that's not gonna last. It's never worked before. It's definitely still not gonna work again. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, is to think about the Prius versus the Mustang, and sort of think about which way you're thinking about weight loss, and maybe you need to start thinking about it in a different way. And so instead of thinking about, hey, I want to lose weight for June, maybe you start thinking about, hey, I want to have the body I want by Labor Day, and if I take the time to do it right, I'll get it by Labor Day, and I'll have it next year for spring break, and I'll have it next summer for spring break, and I'll have it for the holidays, and I will literally have it for the entire rest of my freaking life if I just take it a little bit more moderated approach up front. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about for today's Wellness Wednesday. So I hope you guys have a safe, fun, enjoyable St. Patrick's Day. Do me a favor, if you like this video, if you get one tip out of it, if anything in this resonated with you, do me a favor and just go ahead and hit that like button, or let me know in the comments. So it's the one thing I ask in return for doing these Wellness Wednesday videos from you, is to make me feel like I'm not talking to myself, because I like talking to you guys. So that is it. Enjoy the rest of your Wellness Wednesday, and I will see you guys next week.